Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void! And today it's going to be a brave noob world, which just means it's a bronze or a silver league game. Sent to me, or sent to Snipermonkey rather, at the email address in the description. Don't send it to me. Send it to Snipermonkey at the email address in the description, please. Top right hand corner, we have the red Protoss player. It is BadgerLord. And in the bottom left, Prizior. Prizior. That is hard to say, actually. It feels Prizior. Something, I don't know, something Polish, Ukrainian, something around there in that part of the world. All right, man. What on earth are you? Okay, Prizior, we got to have a discussion. If you're going to hatch first, just put it down here so you have another base to harvest from. Why on earth would you hatch first and put it here inside right next to your main base? It makes 0% sense. Do not do this. I'm glad we have a lesson this early into the cast. This is fantastic. So hatch pool, about a 14 pool. All right, look. We need build orders, man. Make a hatch at 16 supply. Make a gas at 18 supply. See supply numbers down here? Then your pool at 17 supply. And then from there, I don't know, do whatever you want. But having a good opening is so important in trying to win a game of StarCraft. On the other side, BadgerLord goes for a gateway expand, walling off quite nicely. Does have a forge back here, which is interesting. I assume he's died to some early ling pressure before and figures having some cannons would not hurt him at all, and he's probably right about that. That said, he needs to expand, right? Like, if you see your opponent went for a pool this late after getting a second hatchery, wherever it happens to be, go for the one gate expand. One gate expand, wall off with your cybernetics core, maybe another gateway, get a couple of depths maybe, and you'll be fine. Keep your probe in here and see how many lings are coming out, right? This is something that's been done in StarCraft for 22 years. Okay, this whole having a probe, scouting the Zerg player, seeing how many lings are being made is so important. And excellent job. Probe sticks around, sees what's going on, sees 4 lings are coming out here. Okay, 4, not a huge number. This will suffice. The Zealot cannon combo will deal with 4 lings very, very easily. On the other side, Prizior has taken his second extractor. Is not, there you go, starting to saturate. Oh, faked me right out. He was going to saturate it. There we go. He was going to 2-drone saturate it anyway and go for a baneling nest. So this is Prizior recognizing I'm going to go for a baneling nest. I need a lot of larvae for lings and for banelings, and so I'm going to make a second hatchery. But for all that is holy, just make it down here, please, at your natural base. BadgerLord has overreacted to this, getting 2 zealots out and another pylon, and yeah, before he got the Nexus up. Just, if your opponent goes for a hatch first play, gateway expand is as safe and economical as you're going to get. You're going to be fine. Trust me. You get a wall off, everything's fantastic. Also, I guess Zealots are okay versus Zerg early on. I mean, these lings are dead. Do they know that? Yeah, pro tip here for the Zerg player. You have the faster units. You can choose if the engagement happens or not. So if you come into a situation where you see 2 cannons and 3 Zealots and you have 4 Zerglings, run back. Pull back, put a ling here, put a ling here, put a ling down here, so that if these guys move out, you know to make enemy units. Or if you're just planning on cruising across the map with a billion Zerglings over and over again and possibly losing them, that is a legitimate option too. Actually, this is not good. This is not a good strategy. Dude, 4 lings got nothing done. You cannot possibly think that 6 lings are going to get through this. Okay, very smartly hanging out here. But again, 1 Zergling does this same thing as 6 lings do. Unless he makes them all into banelings, which he could possibly do. He's going for a lair. He gets the early baneling nest and then goes for a lair. What on earth is even happening here? Zealot's kind of chasing the lings out a little bit. Stay in the neighborhood, lings. Don't go too far away. Yeah, scout for maybe 3rd nexuses that your opponent's trying to sneak on you. I like that idea. Robotics facility coming in. I hope this is going to be Colossus, because if you see your opponent making a bunch of lings early, Immortals aren't going to be very good. That said, Immortals with Zealots might handle that pretty effectively. Twilight Council coming in here from BadgerLord 2. Oh, Infestation Pit Nidus Is Prizior going for swarm hosts? Is he doing some kind of... Like, he has the general concept of what he wants to do. He just doesn't have a build for it. That's entirely possible what we're seeing here. Getting a spore just in case, I don't know, an Oracle shows up, I guess. But by golly, there is no Stargate on the field for BadgerLord here. You know what would be awesome is actually a Spire. 10 Mutalisks showing up here just kill the main base entirely. This one Stalker and Sentry are not going to do anything about that. But, you know, I like the Nidus, too. I really do. Ooh, third base from BadgerLord is a little bit aggressive. If you're recognizing, because this probe is scouting, if you recognize your Zerg opponent has not gone for an expansion yet, taking a third base is bad. If you're on 2 bases and they're on 2 bases, that's a fantastic place for you to be in. Stay there. Stay there for a while. Also, scouting the Nidus network was clutch, but Nidus swarms are one of those things that are harder to deal with the lower you are down on the ladder, right? You will see Protoss players beat Swarm Host Nidus at the professional level and lose to it too because it's that good. But at the lower level, having the map awareness to recognize that a Swarm Host, or rather a Nidus Swarm is coming up with Swarm Hosts and dealing with them appropriately, consistently, over and over again is pretty much asking too much, I think, of this level of StarCraft. So Prizior does go with a strategy that makes a lot of sense. He doesn't have a lot of Swarm Hosts, unfortunately. Here at 6 minutes, we're only at about 34 workers each and 56 and 71 supply overall. A lot of gas, loving that stuff. He knows that Swarm Hosts are expensive for gas. He knows that Nidus Worms require gas too. It's 50 gas per Nidus Worm once you have the network. So pop it. Yeah, I like this. Just pop it here. He's got additional Swarm Hosts ready to... Are they just rallying? Yes, just rallying into the Nidus. Prizior is doing some good things here. He is. Being, you know, a little bit hard on him, but he's doing some decent work. Oh, yeah. Okay. Actually, that's a good group. That's a good group of Swarm Hosts. Now launch. Go! No. Just launch and get back in the Nidus. Launch ever. No, wait. No. Okay. Well, oh my gosh. He waited too long to launch. And they killed his Nidus. And now these guys have to walk home. Locust going after these cannons. Trying to focus down this Immortal, but as a result, kills nothing. That's a guaranteed damage situation. We talk about this a lot, right? If you're in a situation where you can kill stuff, go for the guaranteed damage. Go for the Zealots, right? Focus everything on a cannon. Don't try to take down an Immortal if you can't kill it before your Locusts all die, which is exactly what happened there. Another Nidus does pop up here at the north. Going to try to get it into the main base. This is a little scary, but honestly, at this point in the game, there should be more Swarm Hosts. I guess these ones aren't quite home yet. This is a problem with Swarm Host Nidus, is it's really tempting to just pay attention to what's going on the other side of the map and not spend your money. Well, he's sitting on 600 minerals and 500 gas. He could have additional Swarm Hosts, but that production tab is entirely empty. Also, run your probes away! There you go. If there are locusts attacking your mineral line, by all means, run. You will not survive that as long as the locusts are alive. Another Nidus Worm coming up here to the south for Prizior. Prizior sitting here. He needs to transfer some workers from the main base to the natural. You can tell if you have a worker... Okay, so let me just show you real quick. Options, gameplay, just show worker status. Make sure this box is checked, okay? This will show you the ideal number of workers at a base on minerals. Okay, so you have 16 on minerals, not enough mineral patches to support that anymore because 2 of them have gone away. So move some of your drones back to the natural base, or down to the natural base, and you'll be happier. Promise. This is a big, big locust swarm. Holy smokes. Alright, so the front door is effectively wide open. This might just be kind of a game where like a mass Ling Flood would win it. Speaking of spending money, though, BadgerLord is sitting on 1,800 minerals and 800 gas, so that's not great. Natural base does live only because the Locusts ran out of time to get stuff done. Another Nidus Worm coming up, and the Protoss player's like, alright, look, I don't have the wherewithal or the APM to defend this well. Let's just go kill the Zerg player. And you know what? This is not a bad idea. If we're looking, the entire army for the Zerg player is 6 Zerglings and 24 Swarm Hosts. Holy crap. Okay, he's been doing alright. 24 Swarm Hosts is a pretty good number here at 9 minutes. It's not horrendous anyway. So he launches. The third base for BadgerLord dies. As he is going to try to use, I think, Swarm Host to defend now. Some of these Swarm Hosts did not throw out their Locusts, so they have some available now. Whereas these guys are on the cooldown, right? You can see that down in the bottom right. Oh, did he? He's waiting. He's waiting for the cool. Oh my gosh, dude! If they kill this Nidus network, that'd be awesome. Infestation pit sniped. Okay, that's good. Drone's coming into fight and just trying to delay. Drone's not bad fighters against Stalkers and Immortals, but against Zealots, they get chomped up real good. And the Swarm... Okay, now the Swarmers are starting to pop. They are starting to pop. Let's go. Brah. So they keep themselves alive, first of all. And then they run out here. Oh, the Broodling Locust combo kind of accidentally working out extremely well for Prizior. And actually wipes out the entire attacking army. BadgerLord's down to 5 total army supply right now. Not spending his money at all. Got a handful of probes over here. Did they kill the Nidus network? They didn't focus down the Nidus network. That would have been so nice. That would have been so nice for BadgerLord not to have to worry about Nidus worms anymore. Oh, these guys. These guys should have hopped back in the Nidus and then jumped and actually gotten some Locust off earlier, but... Alright, so replace your infestation pit. Your tech here right now is definitely a swarm host. You want that infestation pit. Does sneak a base at the top left. Alright, this is turning into a pretty nuts game. I'm enjoying it. Definitely a lot of things to learn, but also really weird and entertaining in a lot of ways. Oh, is this one still here? Is that he just used this one? He did. So he launches all these probes. Oh, actually, wait. Some of them are going down and some of them are going up. So these probes are all dead. Ow. BadgerLord is down to 21 workers. Prizior is down to 5, though. So, I mean, the Protoss player economically in a pretty fantastic place. And this is the problem when all you have are swarm hosts, is they're bad at base defense. They're really good at harassing and attacking and killing bases on the other side of the map. But defending, they kind of stink. So, yeah, the Zerg player, I don't know how he wins this game. I really don't. He's down 21 to 3 workers. His army supply is great, but it is swarm host. It's hard to win a game if all you have are swarm hosts. Because again, base defense is impossible. What you want here, honestly, there's no splash damage from the Protoss at all. Getting a million speedlings with the remainder of your minerals here would just win. You'd just be able to handle these Stalkers, you handle the Zealots with 800 minerals worth of Zerglings. You'll win the day. The problem is you don't have enough hatcheries and larva production to make 800 Zerglings, and as a result, you're in a lot of trouble here, Prizior. I like the BadgerLord is keeping the pressure up. Oh, killing the Nidus network would be so good. He gets it. And then he gets out of there. Smart. I really, really like that. The Zealots are fast enough to run away from the Locusts, even if they're on creep. They are zippy, zippy boys. Check this action out, though. This is the army. This is Prizior's. This is all of his resources in army right now. And the main base for BadgerLord is in a lot of trouble. BadgerLord losing all this stuff is extremely painful. Incredibly so. All he has left are 4 warp gates. Ah, look at these swarm hosts. There's nowhere to hide. Oh, this is great. Why weren't they... Oh, wait. They didn't get in the Nidus... Oh, they didn't get in the Nidus network when they could have. And as a result, they are just toast. Excellent job here. Again, keeping the pressure up on the Zerg player, recognizing that Locusts and Swarm Hosts are bad defensive units is really paying off for BadgerLord right now. Okay, well, mine while you can, because this... No, just hard left. Hard... Oh, man. He just dropped a ton of Locusts to kill an unpowered Warp Gate anyway. Focus the Nexus. I guess the probes are not a bad target here either, actually. So, yes, goodbye all of the probes. BadgerLord has nowhere else to send them. If he had a base to run to, he would. But he doesn't. He's got 1 probe. Right here. He needs to make a Nexus, like, down here. Maybe here. He needs to hide it. Oh my gosh, the one last final surviving probe. Warp Prism saves it. That was a dead probe, man. That probe was dead. And there's a Stalker in there, too. All right, excellent. Excellent, excellent job. So now, BadgerLord is playing a game of find where the hatchery is for my opponent. Because if you kill your opponent's bases, everything you know about, and it doesn't say your opponent is being revealed, that means your opponent has another base somewhere. Another hatchery, nexus, or command center somewhere on the map. You need to find them. You cannot think that killing this extractor will win the game because you know it will not. BadgerLord continually just... That's it, dude. He's got money, but he has no available power on these warp gates to warp in additional units. 1,900, 2,000 minerals, and 800 gas there. Bananarama, man. Alright, so killing these overlords will not really help you win the game either. I love this position for a Nexus, though. That's funny. I don't think Prizior is going to check this, although you know what he does have. It is an overlord who recognizes there's a warp prism over here. So the Logas, like the Swarm hosts, are just very slowly killing BadgerLord's main. Same thing for BadgerLord. If you've killed what you think is your opponent's final Nexus, and then it doesn't say your opponent is being revealed, that means they have a Nexus somewhere. You need to go find that. Again, the fact that there's a warp prism sitting over here is a decent indication this is where the army is. I think he's tired of his Locust timing out before they kill everything in this main base, so he just wanders in here. Pops. I like that he didn't pop everything. That's great. There's Lings in here to help, too. There's no need to pop all of your Locusts. Okay, so that Nidusworm dies. This Nidusworm is still around. And there's this one up in the north, too, where Prizior is expanding for a second base. Yeah, this is good stuff. This is really entertaining stuff. So finds this Nidus network just for fun. Let some Lings chomp on him for a minute, and then kills them easily. That wasn't really a problem here. Boy, everything BadgerLord has is just right here. And I really... Man, if he started mining from this, it would indicate to this overlord that he's here. And then I don't know. I don't know if he can save it, is the problem. Oh, don't stand and fight against Locusts. Don't do it. Oh, okay. Now retreating, but man, lost a couple Stalkers there, lost a couple Zealots. His army's getting chased by Lings that he can easily kill. There we go. Got him. Got him. So this base stays alive, which is nice. This base being alive is a little bit more important for Prizior, who is just not making drones, right? Oh, man, he got found. He got spotted. I think accidentally. BadgerLord was coming to his own base and accidentally wandered onto the creep of Prizior. Look at us both. They're just both hanging out on this side of the map. Right next to each other. Awkward, awkward neighbors. All right, some warp gates coming up. You don't need anything special here. You just need to kill the Zerg bases, man. You have the information you need. That's a hatchery. That's a hatchery. Go kill them before the Swarm hosts arrive to defend, particularly this base right next door. I don't know what you're worried for. I do love this choice, though. Getting a Stargate now, when nothing that Prizior has can shoot up, is genius. Oh, Void Ray will win this game. I mean, assuming all these buildings don't die, because the Swarm hosts wander up and just crush it. That's the thing. The Swarm hosts, he knows. I think he had an Overlord here seeing these probes before the Stalker killed it. But look at him. These are not defensive units. Swarm hosts, not for defense. I'm going to write that down on a sticky note somewhere for Prizior. Put it on his monitor. What's up, Ursidon? How you doing, bud? Just hanging out, man. It's cool. I live here. I live here on Ice and Chrome. Okay, well, here's your Void Ray. And again, nothing can shoot up for Prizior. He has to rebuild his tech tree from the ground up with a spawning pool. I don't know that he has the wherewithal to maybe build a couple Hydralisks. He'd have to get a spawning pool, then a lair, then a Hydra den, and all he has is 400 minerals, 900 gas, and technically 13 workers. He's doing all right over here-ish. Spending his money. This is the thing. BadgerLord can win this game, or really help himself win this game, just by killing this hatch. He knows it's here, and the fact that he's letting it live, again, playing defense, I disagree with wholeheartedly. Overlord comes in and sees, this is Protossville, of course. And the Void Ray reveals itself. There's an Oracle coming in here, too. And +1 air weapons. So, see, BadgerLord totally figures out what he's doing, man. He totally switches over to air tech. He recognizes that his ground stuff is not going to win in a straight-up battle versus Swarm hosts. But he recognizes what can win in a straight-up battle versus Swarm hosts are Void Rays and Oracles to a certain extent. Look at this, recognizing that broodlings can actually kill your units. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Prizior's decided to show up at the front door and cause some problems for everyone. So the gateway unit's actually drawing locusts away from the Protoss base, which is great. They wasted a lot of important time there trying to go after stuff that didn't matter, right? Chasing after units that aren't going to do anything anyway. Depowers, there you go. Depowers everything that BadgerLord has, but this Void Ray is having a wonderful time. Needs to activate Prismatic Alignment because these are armored units. Swarmhost will take bonus damage from Void Rays with Prismatic Alignment turned on. Look at these Zealots going to town too, recognizing you don't have any eggs on your back. You can't do anything to me. And I think this is it. I don't think Prizior has the ability to tech up to Hydras or, I don't know, Mutas or something. Oh no, the Stalkers though, don't do that. Oh, decent blink out, but the Zealots are done for. Zealots, you fought long, you fought well. You deserve a place in the afterlife for Protoss heroes, whatever that happens to be. Yeah, man, this Swarmhost count is 3. It was at one point like 25, 26. It was a good number. Now it is bad. The Overlords have migrated up this way to, I don't know why they're there, but it's cool. He did get a Hydralisk Den. Prizior! Okay. Alright. He's recognizing. Why isn't he making more Hydras? He's not supply blocked. He's got a lot more resources. Why would he make one Hydralisk right now? What is possessing him to do that? He's making Hydras one at a time when he's got available larvae. He's got 2 available larvae sitting here. Does he not know you can make multiple? I guess he knows he can make 2 Hydras at a time because he's doing it. I guess when your APM is like 60, maybe you don't have a great time with that. All right, so the final Swarmhost dies after killing a couple probes over here. Congratulations, Swarmhost. Swarmhost army has been reduced to nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Prizior recognizing he needs another base. So, of course, he's going to take another base. I don't know. At this point, and there was a point where I thought BadgerLord had it in the bag. But then Prizior decided that he can make Hydras, and he's got 6 of them. And he's making 2 more. 8 Hydras actually does pretty well here, although additional Zealots getting warped in. And they have charge and +1 attack. Without these Zealots, I think Prizior wins this upcoming battle. But with the charge lots, the Hydras are trying to save this and jumping on over to them. Oh, the Oracle damage is really good too. The Zealots are the problem. The Zealots are tanking a ton of damage. They do a ton of damage to the Hydras as well. That is a killed base. That is not a cancel. Prizior's down to 180 minerals and 8 drones to 19 workers for BadgerLord. He's doing much, much better on the income scale right now. And yeah, additional warping of Zealots would be pretty good. Bring the Warp Prism over maybe. Have them join the party. Yeah, I like this. The Oracle's going to die because it carelessly flies into a Spore. Hey, Prismatic Alignment does get used, and that's your GG! Prizior taps out, and BadgerLord is your winner. Prizior has some bad manner. But BadgerLord comes out on top anyway. He has no time for Prizior's bad manner languages. What a match. That was really, really fun. We're still here, apparently. We'll let you kill the Zerg stuff. We're going to turn this off. Resources lost. Look at that. 13,550 to 13,450. That is as close as you're going to see in a 23-minute game for resources lost. That was great. Well, most of that is in the form of buildings, I think, for the Protoss. I mean, 16 Zealots, 2 Immortals, 10 Stalkers is a lot of stuff, but what did we kill? 3 Nexuses, 7 Warp Gates, 13 Pylons, 62 Probes. That just adds up, man. That's a lot. And then Protoss actually wins against the Swarm Hosts in a lower level game. And again, that's because Prizior didn't understand. He needed something of an army back home, even if it's just a bunch of Speedlings, to defend against counterattacks, because the Swarm Hosts are bad at dealing with counterattacks. They can be there. They can pop over there in their Nidus worm, but they are horrific at having enough, having Locust out available after just launching on the other side to defend at home too. So, yep, that's an important lesson to learn here as well. Also, build orders are important. I mean, Prizior ended up having a pretty decent Swarmhost army, but he could have had it up faster if he had an actual good build order of just 16, 18, 17. There are build orders on lotv.spawningtool.com for Swarmhost play for Zerg if you want to check those out. Also for Protoss, if you're trying to get Storm out fast because you recognize that your opponent's going for Swarmhosts, there are some builds out there as well. Check it out. But overall, great game. Really tight game. Protoss just made a couple more smart decisions than the Zerg did, and that's why they won. I think overall they were pretty evenly matched, which is a lot of fun. So, hoorah. All right, excellent. So that right there is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a brave noob world. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.